Introvert, Extrovert, Ambivert, Internetvert? I know a lot of people ask the question, like, am I introverted? Am I extroverted? Well, I don't think either category fits me because I'm both. Well, thank goodness you're human. Like, you can't, like, I should hope nobody is, like, not an ambivert. Yay! But that's not the point of the whole, like, Myers-Briggs deal. It's not the point of like taking it to the point isn't to take it to one extreme and say, well, there's this box and that's the only box that defines me and I don't no. The whole theory just has 8 cognitive functions. It says everybody uses these functions. However, depending on which category we think you fit in, you prefer to use them in this order. Um, and that's it. So getting back to the introvert extrovert whole deal, I think the other thing that throws people off or can muddy the waters for people, the idea that, well, why are there so many introverts that find it interesting, or why is everybody an introvert? I've heard that complaint before, although then I've also heard the complaint of, well, how come there's so many extroverts in the world and blah 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 blah. But I think within the community, at least people that are interested in it, um, there's the people are noticing the trend of, hey, well, there's a lot of introverts. Is that explained away by, well, introverted people are going to want to study it? Yeah, that's a chunk of it. Um, but I think another chunk of it is how we socialize currently. Um, and I was just thinking about that myself, and then I was like, hey, like Internetvert, and maybe it's a stupid play on words, but um, I think people definitely could get confused. People get confused about a lot of things, but I think they can be confused when they're comparing what their view of their life would be or their view of how they interact with the world, um, to the model. And you throw things like Facebook and YouTube into the mix because um, Facebook and social media definitely has taken front seat in social interactions. It gets in my way on the train. It gets in my way when I go places, and it's a crutch when I go places. But you see the memes, like everybody talking on their phone or everybody checking their Facebook, things at a party. Definitely a lifesaver if you really just would prefer not to talk to a certain individual person or something. But it's usually not something that I'm going towards. But the internet definitely has played a role in making people incapable of communicating. Um, so I think another thing that people could look at if they're confused introvert extrovert, what's going on, and you see that a lot of the socializing or what have you is happening online. Um, you can compare what you should be doing, and this is where I don't know. This is where I was coming at it from. I should be staying home and studying, and I should be staying home and like actually cleaning my room and stuff. But in my should be time of, okay, I'm not gonna plan to do anything with anybody. I'm not gonna like go out. I'm just, there's something I'm going to later today, but Saturday, and I'm gonna make myself stay home. It's gonna happen. Not gonna go to Spanish club. Not gonna go to any of that stuff. And I'm gonna clean, and then I'm gonna study for my securities exam, and I'm gonna get all this stuff done. And then I'm limping onto social media and watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. So the fact that I'm should being myself into um, responsible introverted space kind of gives you a hint. Not that I guess that's just silly. I mean, like that's going to be silly in so many ways. But talking to like an ISFJ, I was talking to at an event. When the heck was that? No, like last Monday, and explaining that to them because they're like, oh yeah, no, they spend their time at home. They're really happy to have their time at home because they're just like, no, they They realize that they should actually, when they go to events, they should socialize more. They should go out more. But they're very content just, being home and making sure that they've got all their stuff together and they've got their time for themselves and stuff like that. So that's how you can assess it. If you're shooting yourself into, well, I need to stay home and do this stuff, likely extrovert. If you're shooting yourself into, well, I'm at home and I'm really comfortable and I would rather just watch these shows. Or I would rather just, organize this, or I'd rather just read this, or I'd rather just, and if you've got a large I'd rather list, but I should really go out and hang out with people. I'm only guessing at how that full aspect would work, but I'm kind of guessing that I'm trying to paint the crutches going both ways. So I'm guessing that they're going, well, I'm really comfortable at home. I should. So they'll pop on Facebook and be like, well, I'm kind of socializing, right? And then they're kind of, and my crutch works similar, or, like I crutch off something like Facebook in a similar fashion, but it's more like, no, I need to stay home and I need to get my stuff done and stuff like that. But well, I can reward myself and, putz a little bit on Facebook and while I'm still home, I didn't go anywhere. Like I'm getting stuff done, right? I think. And at some point I just get pissed off and be like, okay, fine. I give up. That I can't I can't get it done. So I guess I'm going. Um so that's my take on introvert, extrovert, ambivert, and potentially internetvert. Thanks for watching.